Hey ladies and gentlemen, Richard Core Kenobi here, and I'm back again for another Samurai Jack Season 5 review, and today we are reviewing Episode 2, or aka Episode 53. The episode just got done airing on TV. That is how I watch Samurai Jack, that's how I watch all of my shows, and for those of you who do not know, what I like to do is I basically like to discuss the episode after it airs. So there will be spoilers, so if you have not seen the episode, I highly suggest you go watch it, and go watch it on Adult Swim's app. Please support the official release, all that. So yes, with this being said, let's go ahead and get into this review. And it should be noted that after I just got done watching the episode, this episode made my heart pump, and this episode is a huge game changer in Samurai Jack and in cartoons in general. And it also should be noted that today is Toonami's 20th anniversary. Well, if you want to get technical, they were canceled 4 years ago, but hey, I mean, let's still say it's their 20th anniversary. So happy anniversary to Toonami, and with this being said, let's go ahead and celebrate the occasion with Samurai Jack. Okay, so the episode starts where we see that instead, because I was under the belief that we weren't going to see this until episode 3, but no, we see it here. We start off still with no new intro. We have the intro from last week and from the trailer, so I assume that's going to be the new opening until we get the old theme song with a new style intro. Again, I don't know. Or maybe they just decide, okay, or Gendy and his team just decided, let's just have the theme song play at the end. Either way, I'm just happy they have the theme song. But we start off where we see Aku. Yes, we actually see Aku for the first time in 13 years, or 50, and he basically wakes up, and we see this nice humorous moment where he puts on his flaming eyebrows. Okay, so that's kind of funny. And we see him stretch, do exercises, and then, of course, we see him get on with his day. And he basically goes about his day. He has to talk to these worshippers who are made out of clay, and then after that, he talks with his robotic scientist who built the BeetleBots, and it's the same scientist from Tale of X9. So yes, they return, and they build a new super improved version of the BeetleBot, which we see later on Jack destroys. And also, we see that Aku doesn't care. He has basically grown tired of Jack. He has grown tired of him, and he is just like, I don't care anymore. Why should I care? He's pretending he doesn't care. And then later on, we see him go to therapy. His therapist is also himself. Just go with it. And he's basically explaining to the therapist / himself that he doesn't know what to do. He thought that destroying the last time portal would lead to Jack's ultimate destruction. He thought he would die and go insane. And half of his plan worked. Jack is insane right now. He is not mentally all there. He suffers from severe post-traumatic disorder, but he's not dead because he can't age. So now he's become immortal just like Aku. And Aku was even surprised that, okay, so now this is how time travel works, huh? So then basically we see that, okay, he doesn't know he lost the sword. So that part is confirmed. Aku does not know Jack does not have his sword. So that's why he's more determined to make sure that no bounty hunter that works for Aku find out he doesn't have his sword. Because, as you all know, the sword is the only thing that can kill Aku. And then basically we see that he hopes that maybe there's an opponent that can defeat Jack. And then later on, we cut to Jack riding about on his motorcycle. He goes between two paths. Then he chooses one of the paths. It's not that difficult. And then, of course, he stops. He hears the BeetleBot. It tries to attack him. He gets out the spear, throws it into the damn thing, and then it explodes. Then, after that, he gets back on the bike, and then all of a sudden he's attacked by the Daughters of Aku. So the Daughters of Aku just rush in there. They speed blitz him so fast that he can't see them coming. And they destroy his bike. They destroy, one by one, with every punch, they destroy his armor. Like, he's basically, not to sound dirty, he's getting stripped of his armor and his equipment. And one of the daughters even takes the vibrating tune fork that he stole from Aku's most favorite assassin. So, yes, then after that, they basically kick his ass, and Jack is overwhelmed. So, he has to run, and he basically is hiding from them. And again, Jack at this point is, okay, he's never faced any opponent like this in a long, long time. Not since, I would say, the Guardian or the Basket Warriors, or just any opponent he faced in the past while he was in the future. None of them were able to come this close. There were times where they were able to come close to defeating him, but it's been so long in the timeline that he doesn't know that experience, how to fight them off. So he's hiding, and of course, we see him talking to himself. He's basically talking to his inner old self, and his old self is telling him, how much longer can you keep this up? Yes, you lost the sword. And if you had the sword, you could defeat these enemies, but because you don't, you can't. And he says that Aku may not know you don't have the sword, but what's the point? Old Jack is basically telling Jack that the time portal's gone. There's no way to get home. There's nothing to fight for now. And he even suggests to Jack that you need to kill these people. And Jack says, no, I won't kill them. They're just machines. They're just nuts and bolts. He doesn't think it's necessary to take lives. Even into his more mature years, he still doesn't believe that. And he still believes there's no honor in killing people. And of course, his old self says, what's the point of honor at this point? So he makes a crazy suggestion. So I couldn't get off of this, but he made two suggestions. One of them, he suggests, okay, you need to take these people out. They're not, and Jack thinks they're machines, but they're not. He finds that out later on. The second thing is, old Jack tells him is that there is a way. Our ancestors are waiting for us. Aren't you tired of fighting? And he even suggests to Jack of killing himself. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like he was implying. So older Jack is basically telling Jack to kill himself because he's tired. He's been fighting the good fight for so long that it's basically mounted to nothing. It's amounted to nothing. So then after that, we see that Jack makes a run for it. He goes into this abandoned temples, and he goes into one of them. Daughters of Aku follow him, and there's this great scene. Again, there's no dialogue, there's just the music, and we see one by one they're trying to find Jack. The Daughters of Aku are trying to find Jack, and they scatter the cave. And here's something I thought was interesting, but they reversed it. The Daughters of Aku go to different separate places in this temple, which, again, their only source of light is fireflies, and they hide in each position, one at a time, and they wait for Jack to show himself. And, of course, we see Jack is hiding, he gets down from hiding, he shows himself, and he goes to each of these places. Conveniently, he gets attacked by them, and we see that, okay, without weapons, Jack, all he can do is just improvise and keep fighting. So, we see that he eventually is just trying to get away. He's trying to get away from the Daughters of Aku. And then after that, he goes into this room, which looks like an old palace / monastery, where there's a crap load of tombs, and on the top, there's an emperor. It's not Jack's father, but it's an emperor. And we see Jack hiding. And there's this one moment, I swear to God, you watch this episode, your heart is going to beat, like, fast. And you're going to feel so like what you feel for Jack in this moment. We actually see this moment where the music just gets more intense and it's getting more exciting, but not in the good way, where you're like, yeah, come on, Jack, kick some ass. No, Jack is trying to hide. And we see that, okay, we get to this moment where he's scared. Jack is legitimately scared. His eyes are just widening with so much fear. He's like hoping they don't find him. And of course they do. And then of course we get more amazing action scenes. And then it eventually leads to where Jack is trying to get away. Then after that, we come to where Jack is about to get out, but of course he's faced with one of the daughters. And then out of nowhere, just when it looks like she's about to kill him, he cuts her throat with her own blade. I am shocked. Jack took a life. And you see her mask come off, and the look and expression on his face, he has the face of someone who just killed someone else. And again, I like on how he doesn't say, what have I done? I've killed somebody. No, his face, his reaction says it all. And we also see that he's stabbed. And also the look on his face. Because if you look at Jack, if you've looked at the past 4 seasons, Jack has never been stabbed. He's never felt the stabbing sensation. And you see his expression. You see his body pain. It's so bad. So, of course, he retrieves his tuning fork sword. And, of course, he taps all the walls. They explode. He faints into the water, and all throughout this, I know someone's going to mention this, but before this all started, we see a white wolf go up against these mutated creatures, and there's 3 of them, and the wolf is not afraid, and it's willing to take them on. And all throughout the fight, when we see Jack fight, we see this wolf try and fight. And at the end, where Jack is stabbed, he's losing blood, he's passed out in the water, we see that the wolf is dead. Or passed out, I don't know. But it looks like it's dead. But the wolf killed 3 of the creatures. And that's where the episode ends, after Jack faints in the water. Where do I begin? Okay, the first thing, let's talk about Aku. Quickly, let's talk about it. I like on how they explain, because some people were afraid that Aku was just going to be a background character and he wasn't going to do much. I like on how he's reintroduced and we see his day-to-day activities and we see that, yeah, he's bored. He's been fighting with Jack for 50 years and nowhere in those 50 years has Jack ever died. He can't age. And he refuses to die. And bear in mind, Aku still thinks he has his sword. So that further explains that, yeah, Jack is not going to give up. And I like how we see the interesting dynamics and how Aku is now. He even says that was the old Aku. The new Aku does not care about Samurai Jack. For all he cares, someone else can kill Samurai Jack. One of his, or some random bounty hunter or stranger. He does not care. Because he's trying to move on. He has actually matured. He's grown. And he's trying not to go back to his old ways. He's still evil, don't get me wrong. But he's not so obsessed with Jack anymore. He's not too obsessed with him to where he's evil, to where he's willing to be an asshole and torture Jack both physically and emotionally. Mostly emotionally. Because, again, he's tired. He doesn't want to do this anymore. So I like on how they play up Aku. And again, Greg Baldwin, who is now the main voice of Aku, I know some people are going to say that, okay, he sounds like Mako a little bit, but it's not fully Mako. Again, guys, please do not judge Greg Baldwin just because he's not Mako. Because he is the student of Mako. He knows how to do Mako's voice. But you can kind of tell that, okay, he's trying to honor his master. He's trying to honor his teacher, but he's also trying to make the voice his own. And in my head, I can hear Mako saying this dialogue. So he does a good job, and he makes the role his own, like he did with Iroh. But again, that's just my opinion. I liked what they did with Aku, and I'm going to watch that over and over again because I just love the dynamics that Aku has in this episode, and I love the epiphany and the basically just the epiphany, and that he is now done. He is a new Aku. I like that, and I like how he has resolved his old self. But who's to say? Because we know it's not going to last this way. He's going to be the old Aku where he's going to be obsessed with finding and killing Jack. He's going to want to end this rivalry once and for all. And something tells me he will find out that Jack does not have his sword. One way or another, he's going to find out. And I'm surprised he hasn't already, considering he has eyes and ears everywhere. But that also plays into the fact that he's tired. He's that tired, and he's moved on from not wanting to destroy Jack or kill him to where he doesn't even check up on him. He doesn't spy on him. The only thing he knows is that he can't age and that he's still going. Those are the only two things Aku knows, and that's it. So I do like on how they explain why doesn't Aku know about what's going on. I love that. So props there. The fight between Jack and the daughter of Aku's. Now, it was very fast-paced. So if you wanted to see the old fast-paced action of Samurai Jack come back, you got it. It was really fast-paced. Like, I would say this whole battle lasted nowhere between 5 to 7 minutes. And that's just amazing. Again, the animation was on point. Nothing was cheap. You can tell they took their time with this. And just seeing Jack struggle with these types of opponents, it's crazy. And, of course, we find out that, okay, while Jack has been on the run for 50 years, the daughters of Aku have had plenty of time to basically face him. So there was a little bit of a time skip when they grew up and they were training. And they are so in sync, they think so much alike that they are able to outsmart Jack. They're able to pretty much beat him to a pulp. And I just love the intensity on how Jack needs to keep going. He's gotta keep going. He's not fighting to get back to the past anymore. He's just fighting to survive, to live another day. And just, my God, wow, the fight was amazing. And also, too, as I said, seeing Jack scared, seeing him just afraid and nervous, it's something I never thought I would see again. I haven't seen this in a long time, so seeing it here is amazing. So props to the writers, props to everybody. And the big revelation, Jack finally kills somebody. Even though that person tried to kill him, he still reacts to it. He's not satisfied. He's shocked that he had to do that. And we're led to assume that he doesn't know that these are not robots. He thinks they are, but when he finds out that they're not, that yes, they're flesh and blood. And that's what's even more amazing. These are not Aku. Some people said that they think that these daughters of Aku, they're literally a part of Aku. No, they just have they just have Aku's fire inside them. They were raised to kill Jack. So they have Aku's determination. That's about it. And I love that. So him killing one of them, it makes Jack's expression believable, and you understand that basically, even though he had to do it to survive, you still feel bad for him. So I like that. And I just, once again, 13 years to see Jack finally kill somebody, and I'm just glad that it wasn't brushed over. It was taken very seriously, and I just love that. I very much do. And I also like on just how this episode showed how Jack has lost it mentally, but he still can fight. That's the amazing thing. He still is able to fight and survive because that's all he knows now. And I just love it. And I gotta say, the Daughters of Aku are really starting to win me over. And seeing the next episode preview, now we're going to hear them all talk. And, of course, they're all voiced by Tara Strong, so that's going to be amazing to hear. And I'm just looking forward to see, is Jack going to kill them all? Is he going to kill all of them? Because not many people thought that he would kill one of them, and he would kill all of them. One of them would live, and then that's that. That maybe, of course, Ashy, the main one who we sympathized with in the first episode, we thought that everybody's thinking that, okay, she's going to join Jack or she's going to be on her way. We don't know now, because Jack has killed one of her sisters. So that's going to kind of make her and her sisters want to kill Jack more. Because now it's not just a mission, it's personal. And I like that. I just love seeing the parallels between these two. And just, oh my god. Now, again, I cannot praise this episode enough. I really can't. There's nothing I can think or say. The only nitpick I must say is that this episode went by very fast. It was, the first episode was very slow and it did have some fast-paced moments, it still took its time. This one, it does not waste any time. It goes right into it. And when the action hits, it's very fast-paced and you have to keep your eyes to the screen. You have to pay attention to everything. So I very much like that. I just wish it would have not been too fast. And I'm just very happy with how this episode turned out overall. So, yes. Oh my goodness, guys. This episode made me feel things that I felt last week, and now they were amped up. So now I'm very much curious to see what the third episode is going to bring us. If the Daughters of Aku die in the third episode, then I can say that at least they had 2 episodes worth of development and you understood them. But I don't think they're going to die that quickly. But if they do, they went out with a bang and they were very enjoyable to watch. So overall, I would feel comfortable giving this episode a 9.5 out of 10. It was very good. It was very action-packed. The non-action stuff, like I said, seeing what's going on in Jack's head, seeing the inner struggle, seeing his reaction to finally killing somebody, and to survive, no less, it was all very great. This changes the game for Adult Swim. This changes the game for cartoons, continuations, and I'm happy that they were able to go this direction. I'm just very much happy, and I know that sounds sick, but I'm happy that this episode ended the way it did, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the third episode. So yes, guys, if you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below. What did you think of this episode? Did you feel the same way I did? Did you feel this episode was too action-packed and too fast-paced to where you can enjoy it? Just let me know what you think. And just, wow, guys. I had an amazing time with this episode. I was ill today a little bit, but feeling better now. And to finally see this makes me feel a lot more better. So, yes, guys. Until the next video, this is Richard Core Kenobi saying, may the Force be with you. I'll see you later, guys.